welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Will hell ever end? How does 80 or 90 years of sin merit an eternity of screaming agony? Does this not seem disproportionate? Well, as typical here on Ask Jeff, that's actually 3 questions wrapped up into one. So let's address this from a strictly biblical perspective. The Bible makes it very clear that hell never ends. It talks about everlasting fire, everlasting destruction. In fact, in Mark chapter 8, Jesus makes the statement that the worm dieth not and the fire is never quenched. So yes, what we know as hell is absolutely eternal in its nature. But the thing I want to address before I address the rest of the questions is the purpose of it. In Matthew 25:41, Jesus makes the statement that the lake of fire, hell, was designed for the devil and his angels. It was never designed for us. And so the question becomes of how does 80 or 90 years deserve an eternity of punishment? Isn't it disproportionate? Well, it really is disproportionate because humanity has made the decision of, quote, whose side they're on. Eternity is a reality for all of us. And if I could just make it overly simplistic, we can either do it God's way or we can do it the devil's way. Because heaven is disproportionate as well. You're saying that because I'm willing to admit that I have a sin problem, there's nothing I can do to fix it. There's nothing I can somehow do to remedy it. But I simply just trust and believe that Jesus Christ paid the price for my sins. I get eternity in heaven. Now that's more disproportionate than the question about hell. 80 to 90 years of rebellious living to an eternity in hell versus one confession, one admittance, one act of belief. I believe that the opportunity for a believer in Jesus Christ to spend eternity in heaven is actually more disproportionate than one who lives a life of rebellion and eternity in hell. At the end of the day, and that's really a weird analogy to use with this statement or this question, we're going to spend forever somewhere. My choice is heaven. Why? Because I'm willing to believe that God's love for me is that disproportionate. If I would just confess and believe, He'll take care of all the rest. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.